Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Encrypted. So, at this episode, I've got a couple of things I want to get underway. First thing I want to do, and I'm not sure if I need it, but the first thing I want to do is actually make, what are they called, a rotten egg? Make the rotten egg, creates a 5x5 area of dreadful dirt. Cool. So, to make that is just, in a combiner, we use a stack of sulfur, a stack of carbon, and a stack of chlorine. Now that I've got chlorine automated, I may as well do this. And the reason I want to do this now, so let's look at you. Oh, there we go, we've done it. And it should be in the system. The reason I want to do this is because I actually want to process the eggs. And I figured I may as well do it now while I had eggs. Because I want to get into more singularities. So let's find this rotten egg. Cool, and let's get some dirt. Nice. And then I'm just going to go and pop open the wall here. And I know that look, a lot of this was set up to be automatic and everything, but let's do this. So this is, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a 5x5 area. Yeah, the automation will kill him. I'm not super worried about that. And this doesn't need to be in here anymore. It's a light in the area up. If I do this, I kind of wonder whether I actually sink it down one more. That should be right. Let's put the dirt in here. You missed. Let's get the egg. Nice. Awesome. So that should give us, and again, we should get more than just what we've got spawners for. Should get quite a few things happening in here now. So we've got a little enderman and all sorts of stuff. So I'm hoping to start, what's the fan here? So this is just a slaughter factory. At the moment we're just going to get these two, but if I set about making the one for the mob drops, maybe what I'll do is I'll move the power to here. That's just fluid. I do want to do, for a moment I'll let this go because we're getting witches, we're getting all sorts of stuff. But I'm going to make it the other one, the whatever, mob grinding. Can I do that? What's the mob grinder worth? Mob crusher. That's the one, isn't it? Can I make all of this? Apparently not. Let's do this. And then let's look at what the advanced requires. I would have sworn I would have set this recipe up. Let's do this recipe. Grinder. Oh, crusher. Dirt. Crusher, I want the advanced. Let's do this. Did I or did I not automate this? I did. Oh, you're just the latex. I need another one of them. Okay, let's... I'm getting a little sidetracked. I do want to set up an automation for this, but maybe that's something we do next episode. So I'll just let that process for the moment. What I want to get into... Don't think I need that anymore. Pop this in here. Everyone remind me what I was doing there. Cool. So I've got that going. That'll just generate at the moment wherever my fluid storage is. That'll generate pink slime and liquid meat. We'll just let that do its thing for now. So again, I wanted to do that before I used up too many eggs. What I want to look at, and I've done a little bit of prep work down here. I've gone and put signs up for each of the singularities we're going to need, and then I've started to work towards, this is where my sodium's getting processed now. So this will push any sodium that we're making from the setup from the last episode. It'll push it down here and turn it into ingots. So all of these things are required. Now that's a lot, and I haven't. These two things are over there as well, but I haven't. These ones aren't full yet, so we will get there. But I want to get things underway. So what I thought I would do, and as I said, I wanted to use eggs, right? So if I go egg, and then go uses of, not rotten egg. Where's the egg? Uses of egg. If we run it through a dissolver, we get protein and calcium carbonate. Now, a bit hard to see, I think it's behind here. This one here is protein. So we actually need a protein singularity. And if we go to calcium carbonate, if we go uses of calcium carbonate through a dissolver, we're going to get calcium and we're going to get carbonate. Now the calcium needs to be made into calcium dust for the ultimate ingot, right? And then the carbonate, so carbonate, we use carbonate in a dissolver, gives us carbon and oxygen. So between the pair of them, that's another two, so carbon and oxygen. So what we're currently doing here, carbon and oxygen, and there will be places down here somewhere. Oxygen's there, and pretty sure I put carbon in. Yeah, carbon's here. So my idea is to, again, move those two over here, but I want to start by processing through the eggs. The other thing we can process, so if I look for protein, we go protein, let's see if we can find it in here. Should just put a couple extra letters in, right? So there's the protein singularity. So protein, we can turn liquid meat into protein. There's an idea. And we can dissolve things like fish and steaks and meats and slime balls. And as I said, eggs gives the carbonate piece. Salmon gives selenium as well. Protein and selenium for the fish. Slime blocks. Gives sucrose as well. That's interesting. So you can see there's some other bits and pieces that we can use here. Rabbit's foot gives keratin. And then you can come to pull keratin down further. Rotten flesh, 3 protein. So my idea is, firstly, let's get a dissolver. Or 2. Actually, I need 2, don't I? I need some smooth stone. Did I not set up smooth stone automation? Let's do a recipe for smooth stone. Smooth stone should just be a furnace recipe. Cool, let's do that. And then pop that in here. And then let's make 2 dissolvers. All right. I'd like to set up a place for the dissolvers. So obviously we've got the compactor things. The dissolvers I'd like to run down the other side of the wall. So I've got them. I've got some energy. I'm probably going to need a little bit more energy pipe. Should I write in the word pipe? There it is. Stop looking, everyone. I found it. Okay, so we've got some item pipes. I've got an interface. So what I wanted to do was maybe set these guys up along here. So that one, obviously, these are set up down this side. I don't want to expand the base into oblivion. Like, we've got a bit of space down here, but, I don't want to go really much past the end of the building. So if I've got power back there. I can't go any deeper. So wherever I'm pulling power from, it's coming from this side. So let's see. I want to run. Potentially, do I run it here? No. I want to run it here. Because ideally I want to run the item pipe back to this interface. So if I do that, and then run the item pipe here, would I have another stack of that? So much for, oops, so much for something filling my hand back up. Again, I don't know how many of these I'm going to need, but let's just run a few. And then the idea, as I said before, we're going to need at least 2 just for this piece alone. So 1 for the egg. Yep, so let's relook at this egg. So the first dissolver gives us protein and then calcium carbonate, cool. And then the second one takes the calcium carbonate and breaks it down to calcium and carbonate. Yeah, and then I need to break down carbonate. Yes, so I actually need 3. Let's grab a third dissolver. It's all this for. And again, we're knocking off a couple of birds, you know, with one stone, so to speak. 1 more of them. I like having auto-crafting recipe. It makes it so much easier. I do have a dissolution chamber ready to go. Cool. I don't have to do too much with that then. I can just set this recipe up, the slime, etc., and get that underway. Probably do that between episodes and get that third thing working. So, cool. Again, now I need power. So let's just... Again, it's not ideal. Cool. Pretty sure I can do this. I've got dimensional cell here. I could probably pull off that. Do this smart. So you, and where's my wrench? Of course. Of course it does that. Cool. And then we'll... Yeah, go to here. Alright, we'll work with that. And then I'll probably fill this in at some point. Maybe just do it now. It was never there. Alright. So again, I'm not sure what I'll need, but we'll just do this. Cool. So then I'm going to need exporters. With them, I'll need a couple of cables. Gonna need some more exporters, by the way, because I'm gonna need to replace things over here. So we've got one there. It's the water one. Again, as I said, 1 exporter. We're going to start with protein. You actually go there, and then we rotate you around. Awesome. Okay, so let's get the items we're going to need to export. And if you look, in terms of eggs, I got 4,500. I think we're okay. And those chickens up there, they'll just continue to process. So if I put an egg in here, it's doing its thing, right? Let's pop some eggs in. Let's take some calcium carbonate and some protein. So again, protein will actually come out here and go into one of these guys. Now I do have quantum compressor, and I need the ultimate catalyst thing, and it's been a little bit fun to get these underway, so if I want to make another one, I do have it. Cool. Oop, I'll like down there. So ultimate catalyst in here. Like, there we go. Cool. So it is putting protein in there, and again, it's pulling power. Ooh. Protein's underway. Nice. Now we have the calcium carbonate we need to export. So this one here, we're going to put calcium carbonate. Yep. So we're going to get calcium. Let's pop them in there. Protein. Merry Christmas. There we go. I mean, protein can be broken down as well, right? So don't get me wrong, it's got its uses, but we look at sorry, uses. It breaks down. I'm actually going to need to ammonia and ethylene. Ammonia. Ethane. That's ethylene, right? So I'd have to turn ethylene. I don't know. What else can make ammonia though, right? Literally just protein. Okay. Or it's nitrogen and hydrogen in a combiner. We could probably do that. We'll work through it. Okay, cool. So this is doing its thing. It's turning calcium carbonate into calcium and carbonate. And then we're going to take the carbonate, we're going to pop it up here, and we're going to go, there we go. This is going to get carbonate, like so. And it's going to turn into carbon and oxygen. As I said, carbon and oxygen are down here, doing its thing. So, each of these, again, I haven't opened up the export yet. And I wanted to make sure I had everything I required before I did that. So we need to get the calcium. It's calcium. Oh no, calcium's going to be one of these guys. So I need a compactor and another couple of exporters. So let's do that. Export. Can you give me like 10? Cool. Compactor. Can you make 10 of them? Gonna need them, right? It's gonna happen. You can have that and that for the moment. And silicon dioxide is another fun one too. We'll see how we go in this episode. We may be able to get that done. Might be able to get that one done too. If I type in ultimate, he's still making the ultimate catalyst. Yep. Yeah, still making prismarine. I think. That should be out here. Is it not? Prismarine from lapis? Did it lose some? Did it get stuck? Got stuck. Let's just... Shouldn't have broken. Okay, not sure what happened there. That should kick that one over. Yeah, getting the things now, processing, doing all the bits and pieces. Making what it needs to make. And now we're making the compactors. Yep, it's just processing stone. Yep, turning cobble into stone. Turning stone into smooth stone. I do need to speed all of them up even faster than what they currently are. Okay, yeah. So let's get our exporters. Nice. And our ultimate catalyst thingo. And then compactor. Do I have? I've got a couple. That's good. All right, let's start with that. So as I said, the calcium needs to go to another one of these guys. So let's do here. and here, and compactor, exporter, and I want the calcium. And then if I put a calcium one in here, and then get the wrench, so calcium going in, and we're getting calcium dust. Yeah, you're gonna have some calcium. And then I should be able to, again, uses for calcium. Not a lot, right? Either export here. Actually, speaking of which, I could put exporters on the back of this for the smelting factories, so that it exports it into here instead of just making recipes. Maybe that's a thing. There's no other reason for the calcium dust, so at this point I'll put it here, and it'll work its way through and make calcium ingots, and then we'll have to get a location. I actually made a small boo-boo and placed this here, and it actually shouldn't be there because I've already got a sodium drawer here. So I kind of need... Do I have the key? Key? Who's got the key? Key? I can maybe take this drawer out. Take that drawer out. Unlock it. Calcium ingot in. Lock it. And then get up. Back in here. 2 ingots. 3 ingots. Awesome. It's working. It's working, everyone. So, down. Now, as I said, we're going to need... Okay, so let me do that. That's going to spike things. Again, these are just going to pull it out into there. And then we're going to have carbonate happening. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. Calcium is extracting. That'll be going down there. And then all we need now is obviously the carbonate. You're just meant to process the oh, it's pushing it in from underneath. You need to be an extract. Thanks. Oh, it's extracting all sorts of stuff. It's turned the protein. Oh no. It's meant to be going in there. Okay. Eggs. Calcium carbonate. This one will do its thing, but it should be doing carbonate. So as I said, we're going to be getting bits and pieces of what's meant to be happening, but it'll work itself out. Cool. Calcium and carbonate. Carbonate will be coming into here eventually as it extracts. And I'll have to speed these up. I'll probably have to put some speed boosts on them. But the oxygen and the carbon should actually be building up. You are turned off at the moment. I'm just worried I'll lose what's in here. Let's turn you off. And turn you off. 7577. swear you're meant to be having more than that. Carbon, oxygen. Is this full? Ugh, need to speed this guy up. Okay, let's do a little bit of speed. Is there, like, can I do the stack upgrade? Did I teach it stack upgrade? Yes. One of them, thanks. And then, should I look at pipe upgrades? What if I just put a couple of these on? Ugh, need to make some nuggets. Where did the nuggets just go? I put them in there. Let's grab some of them. And one of them. One of them. And it goes from transferring 4 items every 20 to 8 items every 15. So it's a little bit quicker. And then on this guy, once the stack upgrade's done, stack. Cool, I will take you. And you will go in here. Boom. That should smash through that now. Again, I need to make this probably faster. So oxygen and carbon will be extracting. You can see here it's just dumping in. It's good. Good, good, good. I don't know what limited input does. Will it stop it at 10,000? So what I'd like to do is I'll get these up to the full amount. We've got one more we need to get out of this, right? So we're getting carbon and oxygen, calcium. Oh no, we're good. So we're doing protein, and then we're making calcium ingots. Oh, actually, this should be calcium dust, and this should be sodium dust, not ingots. Okay. Yeah. And there we have it. That's another couple of items automated. One for, again, one for the ingot, and then in this case, actually, 3. We're getting 3 singularities worth of stuff pumping out because we're getting carbon, we're getting oxygen, and we're getting protein. You can see protein's just very slowly ticking up. And that's fine. I'll probably put a stack upgrade in this guy as well. Otherwise, the thing's going to backlog real quick, because if we look at protein now, although maybe that's a thing. Maybe it's not a bad thing to have this. Let's see if I can make... What do I want to do? What are these called? Upgrades. Do I have recipes for these? Up. That guy. I don't have recipes. Should I make recipes for these? Really quick, just to tie up the end of the episode. I think so. Let's do that. Let's do at pipe. I want that. That. And that. And that should be enough. Just up to diamond. Let's pop these in here. I'm going to need another crafter soon. 1, 2, 3. And I'd like 2 more of these diamond doobies. Advanced. Advanced. Can I have 2 of them, please? Take no time at all. Yeah, took no time. So if I now come down here and into here and take that one out and put this one in, we're now moving 32 items every 5 ticks. Bam! Take that out, put this in, and these should be staying empty. So this one's struggling to keep up. Take that out, put this in. It's doing okay. I think this will now be the backlog. Yeah, it'll be this. So we'll need to put some speed upgrades in here so it actually pull out quicker. But maybe once we get all the backlog of junk that was there. Yeah, you got 2. Yeah, I think we're good. Look at that. Okay, so we're sweet. So this should be ticking along. Again, we're getting up. Oh, oxygen's getting close. So once they're full, I will then move those 2 items over to here, and then we will continue in the next episode looking for other ways. And again, I might run, looking like ammonia can only really come from protein. Maybe it is worth me just keeping this as a very slow fill, and then we run, yeah, even this. These ones are all slower. If I look in the system and we've got like a backlog of protein, maybe I can actually dissolve that as well. So let's have a look. Yeah, so it's staying on top, and it is going down. But if we then split the protein, if I get another dissolver, because again, you know, ammonia. Ammonia is either nitrogen and hydrogen or just dissolving. There's a 100% chance of getting it from protein. We're getting carbon dioxide, which means I could split the carbon dioxide. We're getting sulfur, which we can use. The only one that I don't know what to do with is ethylene. Carbon and hydrogen. Yeah. We'll work through it. Clean gas, cool. I think I might look. I've got a bit of ammonia, but I think I'll look into doing that and potentially dissolving that as well, just to get us on ready for. You know, you can have the key. Ready for a an ammonia singularity. Cool. So I'm going to pop another one of these guys in. I'm going to... Really? You are far too quick. Carbon cannot dissolve. Take that carbon. Yeah. So I'll get another one of these exporters, and I'll put this in here as well. My bad. Yep. No. Protein. I need protein. Oh my gosh. I've gone blank. Protein. And hopefully just with having the 2 slower feeds, we will get what is required. I'll have to put an upgrade on this bottom thing, but let's just pop that in there. And it'll dissolve as well. So we're getting, again, a dual setup out of this. We're getting sulfur, ethylene, and then I'll run the ammonia over here, where it is, down there somewhere. And we'll have another one happening. The other one I'm going to do, I'll probably do in between episodes. Silicon dioxide, that's seriously comes from gravel and stuff, right? Silicon dioxide. Making it is all sorts of stuff. So I'm just going to run like cobble. We're going to get all these different things here, and we can potentially like dissolve some of that stuff too. But it's any of the... It's cobble, it's all sorts of stuff. So I'll just run cobblestone, more than likely. Yeah, I mean, we're generating cobble. It's not the end of the earth. All of this is generating cobblestone, so we're fine in that respect. Pretty sure we're good. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Comments down below. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.